Hopefully it will be up in a few seconds.
Alright, yeah, we're good. Oh. I should probably put out that tweet.
Probably.
It would probably help a lot. Then let me just shamelessly link that pretty much everywhere. And last place I need to post it. Okay. So this is Racing to Help. This is an event I've been working on for the last 9 months single-handedly. Everything in this event I've done myself. I've organized the entire thing. I've designed everything. It's been an insane amount of work. But it'll be worth it just for the sake of doing this for charity. All donations are super appreciated. They're not needed, but you know, it's a nice thing to do. If we raise $1,000, I'll be cutting my hair for the first time in 2 years and donating it. So that'll be an interesting change to have. But the schedule is linked below the actual Twitch chat. So if you want to see that, Solaris Japan is also sponsoring this event. So if you use the promo code RacingToHelp in all caps at checkout, you will get 500 yen off of your total. It's not an insane amount, but they didn't have to do anything. They just did it after I reached out to them, and it was super nice. But with that, I will let you go and do your run.
All right. Three, two, one. So this is Rack PS4 NG Plus. So we are turning on all the cheats because NG Plus allows it. The first thing we're going to be attempting here is to skip to the very end of Velden. Now, this can either work or it can go horribly wrong.
Because just a quick thing. You have your mouse cursor on your splits.
Oh, okay, thanks.
No problem.
Oh, alright, cool, Ratchet. So, guess we're doing it this way. Oh. Come on, get in there. There we go. So we're coming out of bounds to get on a high enough point to jump to where a Blarg battleship will spawn. And this will allow us to skip the fairgrounds section in the first Clank section of the game. Problem with this jump, it's the most precise thing ever. And I got it first try. Come on. Oh, there you are. And so here I'm reloading by changing the difficulty. This will take me in to the objective to return to the garage, which allows me to complete Velden early.
So we got a $20 donation from Anonymous. Thank you for that.
Incoming dropship detected.
I'm down in the shelter.
All right, Grim. Coast is clear. Can you open up?
Ratchet, why did Sony's name just exploded?
Sorry about that, Grim. Listen, get my tools ready. I just found something in the desert I need to look at.
Interesting. What kind of factory is this?
It's another $10 donation from Anonymous. Appreciate you.
Lived here since I was a kid. Come on, let's get you fixed up.
Once they...
Alrighty. My splits are messed up from splitting wrong, so I'm not really behind. From here, we're at Novalis, which
Well,
is just more wrench jumping. Nothing fancy, just gonna skip the opening cutscene.
wait a second. Is that raritanium? Maybe we should upgrade our weapons first.
Look out!
I didn't make the cycle here, so losing a few seconds, but that's okay.
Jump, and seriously, what's with all the jumping?
And now we're actually not gonna go on the platforms that this bolt rises, because it's slower. But for whatever reason, the cutscene only happens when we crank the bolt. So I can't just come up here and do this and get into the cutscene to progress.
Unsharnish! These darn Zerg have jammed the transmission! Who's gonna save us now?
It does look like the fastest way down.
And now we have to go save the mayor.
That was awesome. Want to do it again?
And as well, you're gonna see that I'm not killing any of the enemies. So the physics with wrench jumping, as you just saw there, is Ratchet will target an enemy when you wrench jump, and he'll magnetize to it, basically, causing him to gain incredible distance, allowing us to go faster. Also, we're gonna skip this cutscene as well. It'll put us back to before the bridge, but it's actually faster than watching.
We have left you several messages regarding your invasion of this sector. I don't want to suggest you avoid us, but just in case you didn't catch it.
So we're currently up to $55 raised already. Thank you, Bamboo, for the $5, and thank you, Anonymous, for another $20. Appreciate you guys.
Sounds like Skid McMarks is in trouble.
And now we're headed off to Kerwan.
First repair our ship.
As well, we're skipping the elevator here to perform a climb. If I do it right, it saves a few seconds. I'm not doing it right, unfortunately. There we go.
I was rescued by a pretty hero and his robot friend. I will now resume regular office hours.
And so,
And then we can actually change planets once we hear that sound come up. So once more, that's another time saver. After Kerwan, you'll see me doing a trick where I actually go in and turn off my controller. This pauses during the landing/loading animation
Too late.
for the level and causes us to save like 3 seconds.
We're too late.
Also, your ship, the reason I changed difficulties there is your ship goes faster on normal and hard difficulties and is actually slower on casual.
Now in the central district of Alero City. Galactic Rangers are under heavy fire at the Hall of Heroes. And there's a Blarg transport closing in fast. Brace for Warbot reinforcements, Rangers. All
We must assist the Galactic Rangers, activating weapons systems. Weapons online. You may now attack the transport.
So we have another $10 donated from Anonymous with a message from Mark saying, "Have fun with your rainbow clown here."
More transports! Those transports are dropping off warbots all over the city.
Large transport down.
He took out another ship.
Another transport down. Yeah, another one down.
Just 2 more ships.
Yes, we're on a roll.
1 ship left.
And so here you'll see that I slowed down and was able to get all those ships in a sequence. This is faster than speeding into the wall, because obvious reasons. And now I'm reloading to skip some text dialogue, so I have my mag booster and can throw warbots at the battleship faster.
Okay, warbots, hang on tight. Looks like that's all we can handle. Wait for it.
As well, I'll be spamming L1 here so once my ship locks on, I'm just automatically throwing.
Holy cow! That was awesome.
Well done, Ratchet. One in a million. Let's do it again.
System fully utilized. We may not engage any additional warbots.
Release warbots. Yes.
There's just a few left.
And now I'm gonna make another pass at the Hall of Heroes, as it's the closest area to get warbots, and the amount doesn't matter necessarily. That time it did.
Critical damage.
Sometimes it matters, sometimes you do enough. I vaguely believe it depends on difficulty, but probably doesn't. And now we're gonna head over to Owl's Robo Shack, so we can finally stop wrench jumping everywhere.
Where'd you go? We're supposed to start your training in a few minutes.
Sorry, Brax. Clank and I ran into a bit of.
We have a $3 donation from Tager Player saying, "Yo, Majora, wish you lucksies on the runsies, man. This is my second favorite game you run after Lamoon Twist, Kappa."
The Hall of Heroes and make sure they did
Thank you, Tagger.
Copy that.
We also have a $100 donation from Morcus Borcus saying, "Just RE4, yes please."
after training to introduce
Thank you, Mark.
but now's as good.
I appreciate everything so far.
Find him and ask him to upgrade Clank. If he knows
That gonna
it's for the
work?
Rangers,
No.
he should do it for free.
Is that the
That one?
card guy? Yeah.
No.
We know about him.
I'm on. Hit the button. There we go. Okay. So, normally, you're supposed to go around the level and down there to get to Al's Robo Shack, where he then upgrades Clank and gives you the helipack. Well, with the gravity bomb, I like to call it, you can destroy the enemies down there, which allows the button to be pressed by another gravity bomb, ultimately saving time.
From the train station.
And then here I'm gonna high jump because I carry momentum from the elevator. Just another optimization. This train has some fun movement that I can die on, so we'll see what happens. So, easy part.
Come on, Clank. Let's make sure.
Here's hard part. So from here, there's a swing shot on the other side, and I'm grabbing it, just like that. And then I'm also going to high jump around to this side. I didn't get it. You can land on the pipe and then jump up to the top and skip that little climbing section. As well, you can split this climbing section just with another high jump.
We have a $2 donation from Metal Deer, just with the message, "Retrograde Tom's a fraud." Thank you.
And now onto Quark's training course. I kind of hate this part because of a single jump that allows you to skip most of the second tower. Basically, you're gonna see one of those things, and there's a little bar I can land on with Ratchet, and you can easily not land on it, and you can easily push the analog stick once and walk off of it. So we're gonna see how that goes. So 1, 2, cool, we got it. That's way harder than it looks. And so now we're basically done with Kerwan. We're going to have a cutscene with Quark, and then we're going to head off to Iridia, where we're going to, quote unquote, save Skid McMarks.
Aren't you just full of stuff you can do? Meet me outside the Hall of Heroes. I have an assignment for you.
We have a $20 donation from Salty, just saying, let's shoot some faces, yo. Appreciate you.
I wish I could be there to see you off, but urgent appointment.
Also, yeah, as you can tell, Quark is a bit of a hero with the fame going to his head. So here's what I was talking about. I'm going to turn off my PS4 controller here. So when the loading screen ends, it's automatically going to pause. I'm going to turn it back on. But because I did this, I now have to turn game speed back to fast. And then I'm going to go and change the game difficulty. And we're going to skip the landing cutscene and the Skid McMarks panning camera.
Attention, future consumer. While the
So we can just go straight in.
Your enthusiasm. You are now trespassing in a restricted area.
Uh-oh, reinforcements.
My sensors are picking up a strange energy signature near the slingshot targets. I believe it may be a gadget from Drek Industries.
All right.
Alrighty. So right here, we're going to come... The devs were nice enough to leave this in for us. We're going to come up here. I know it seems weird. Just follow. We're coming all the way up to the top of this tower where you normally get the Hydro Displacer inside. And we're not going to fall in. We fall in. There we go. So the devs were nice enough to leave this little debug trigger up here that makes Skid's ship take off. Now we have technically completed and got the infobot for Rilgar. And now I'm off to Nebula G34. Once more, turning off my controller. And this is the turning off the controller thing now happens for basically the whole run.
So we have a $1 donation from James Crypto saying, I knew it, damn it. And we have another $20 donation from Anonymous just saying rainbow here. So I guess get ready for that, Mark.
So, normally, you come here, you have to get the Trespasser from Rilgar. We're not doing that. Because this is a speed run, damn it. We're coming to the decommissioned warship where we normally get the Predator gun.
Well, I'll give him this. He's busy. Let's go see what he's been making.
And we're going to gotonate all of the enemies just so they can't interfere with what we're doing. So, I'm going to come up here into this wall. And then I'm going to come here and hold directly right. And Ratchet should clip out. From here, we literally just follow on top until we get to right here. Okay. So we're gonna wrench high jump just to get a little bit extra height. Now, now we're actually we're in a place where we would have needed the trespasser. I'm gonna come here and here. I'm gonna get up here. No, Ratchet. We're gonna get up here. Go on here, pull out the Rhino. This Rhino is gonna increase our hitbox just a little bit. And what it's gonna do is there's a trigger right here. It's gonna allow us to slide in. And now we're fighting the Snaggle Beast. And to finish him off, it's actually faster to just gotonate him. And Nebula G34 is done.
It's Ratchet. We just defeated the Snaggle Beast and found out what Drek is up to.
You did? But that's impressive.
And so the story up to this point, basically, Quark's jealous of the popularity Ratchet's getting, so he sent Ratchet to Nebula G34 to basically die against the Snaggle Beast. And so that's why he's almost saying that's impossible to beat the Snaggle Beast. Because he expected Ratchet to die, basically. Kinda dark, yes. Quark is evil.
Drek's prototypes outside this airlock.
And now we're off to Rilgar. No, did it too soon. Now. So all we're coming to Rilgar for is the Trespasser. Because we need the Trespasser to disable the gravity stabilizer in the Planetizer 2. Other than that, we really don't need to come to Rilgar at all. And now I'm long jumping off of this rock just because it's slightly faster if I don't get eaten. There. So it's slightly faster, not entirely, just slightly, and that's why we do it. And now I'm going to high jump up here, get up here, high jump up here, and we're gonna get a bounce off of here. We're gonna land, and then we're gonna go here. Now, the important thing about here, I'm actually gonna wait for this tank. So if we aggro any of the amoeboids, we have to kill the ones we aggroed, or else this yellow gate won't open. There. We didn't aggro any, so the yellow gate opened. And then we're going to come, I believe it's on this tree. Yep. And we're going to get a standpoint, and we're gonna high jump over the wrong way. I meant to go the other way, because we're going to get a standpoint, high jump, and basically get over to the guy that normally gives you, or that gives you the Trespasser, for letting you take a picture, letting him take a picture of you with the Rhino. Or not. Because he's a Rhino fanatic.
If you want to race, you're gonna need a hoverboard.
Yeah, it's not that true. I'm just not going over far enough. Here. Now, as you see, we barely make it. We get to the third bounds, and this guy's like, Well, that makes you some sort of celebrity. I'll give you a trespasser if you let me take a picture of you. And then, no, come on. So I'm gonna come get stuck here and fall into an abyss, which is then gonna take me to the other side, and I'm gonna take the taxi down to my ship, and we're done with Rilgar.
If you want to race, you're gonna
So
need a
we just
hoverboard.
got a $400 donation from Anonymous, just saying, "Psych, better get ready for a nice haircut, and Mork better be ready to be a rainbow." Thanks. That's absolutely insane.
And now we're on to Gaspar. Also, yeah, turn off my controller before I forget. Just to skip this one cutscene. So here we're going to be getting a jetpack
Nefarious has built quite
and the grind boots.
You're not kidding. Let's check this place out.
Ow, Mora. I hope you like my facility, because you're never ever leaving!
The only reason we need the grind boots is just the same reason we need the trespasser. End of the game, you have to grind on a rail to get to the area you fight Nefarious at. It's small stuff like that that we can't really change and get around yet that causes us to have to do it. And so here we're collecting telepathopus brains in exchange for a jetpack. The Blarg scientist basically has an academic rival, and he's gonna create a telepathopus army by having us give him these brains to get back at his rival. And I should be ending here with 14. Yep, I collected them all.
And with that jetpack, Ratchet became the aerial scourge of 1,000 worlds.
So, we need 20 for an infobot that will tell us about a attack that's planned on Battalia. So Ratchet can inform the Rangers, and we go there. Okay, so I'm gonna wait here because there's a checkpoint that I can hit there that will not allow me to basically warp back into the cutscene after collecting these 3 brains. Because all I have to do is die here, and since I didn't hit a checkpoint, it brings me back to the previous checkpoint, which is the one where the cutscene is. And then to finish off Gaspar, all we're gonna do is come and collect the grind boots. So Blarg don't spawn until you go to this door, because that's a load zone. They were nice enough to put it outside of the door instead of inside the building.
to quickly activate all 3 pressure pads.
And I just use the jetpack for this because it's literally that fast.
And that's completely unlikely.
The actual ways you can move Ratchet
Pair of grind boots. With his grind
before the
boots strapped
cutscene
on,
fully
Ratchet goes
ends,
down
and
the
you can
range.
hit the first one, and then you can do what I did. And now we're done with Gaspar. So the run's now actually almost done. All we have left is Battaglia, Quartu, and Deplanetizer. Normally, after the Deplanetizer, you'd go back and do planets like Pokataru and stuff. Well, we can get into Deplanetizer 2 early thanks to the game developers not putting in some invisible walls.
Incoming enemies detected.
As well, I'm skipping 90% of Battaglia by... Well, I was gonna. By jumping around there, you can skip 90% of Battaglia
Incoming enemies detected.
and go straight to the Star Watch defense cannon.
Always happy to help, Miss Verilux.
Come on now, Ratchet.
Incoming enemies detected.
Good to see you guys. Come on, I could use your help.
I'm surprised that I'm
Always
actually
happy to help, Miss Verilux.
screwing this up compared to not screwing up the first jump and the run.
Incoming enemies detected.
Good to see you guys. Come on, I could use your help clearing the city.
Always happy to help, Miss Verilux.
There we go. Sorry, I was trying to go around the wall instead of above the wall. So here we just come right up here. Right up, no. We come right up here, we come around here past an invisible wall. And wow, look at that, we're right at the part before Star Watch. All we have to do is high jump up onto this cannon, or this turret, high jump again, and we fall onto a cliffside that we can jump off of. Also, right, you needed the trespasser for this as well, not just the gravity destabilizer. And then on Core 2. From here, I'm gonna skip this cutscene by changing game to casual. And I change it to casual instead of normal because the cannon actually takes less damage. Even though you have invincibility turned on, the cannon still takes damage.
Those warships, one by one. When the cannon charges, open fire.
And I'm gonna ignore missiles for the most part, unless they're in my way when charging the cannon. Then I'll fire at them, but other than that, I don't care about the missiles. Or the ships that'll come surround the front of the cannon.
Clank, did you see that?
No, but congratulations. Incoming missile detected.
Star Watch ion cannon at set Star Watch ion cannon armed. Hit confirmed. Star Watch ion cannon at 25%.
Come on. So these guys...
Use the Star Watch ion cannon against those capital ships. Fire.
These guys, some of these guys give, I'm not getting that one first, I'm getting that one, and I missed. So I'll fire against some of the guys that surround me because they can charge the ion cannon. But most of the time they don't, as seen they didn't. They did. And they didn't, so... And that's my dog. Okay, fine. Let's shoot at you then.
So we have a $50 donation from Profanity saying, let's get the donations over with right away so we can enjoy the runs. Thank you, Profanity.
Starwatch ion cannon at 75%.
I'm playing more defensive here now because multiple missiles. Now it doesn't matter though, I just have to fire and everything's... So that's Battaglia. Lost time due to missing that jump to skip 90% of the level, but oh well. And then we just take the taxi back.
We should head back to the ship.
You did it, kid! We're getting reports that the rest of Drek's fleet is retreating. Alaris, confirmed.
Copy that, Rax. All remaining warships are turning back towards Cortu. You guys did great work.
I agree. Sorry I couldn't be with you today. I hope you know I was...
And then I'm gonna try to skip all the swing shots by doing this. There we go. That swing shot was able to basically pull me past an invisible wall that normally stops you. And then Cortu is long jumps for like 5 minutes. And I'm not kidding.
Alright, Rangers. Our plan of attack...
Oh, right. This one, you don't do that.
Ratchet to Rangers. I've landed in Cortu, but I ran out of jetpack fuel.
So, swing shot, long jumps, more long jumps. Basically, this level is long jumps.
Follow me. Enemies up ahead. I'll cover you.
Skip the bridge.
Careful. Guards up ahead.
These guys are gonna get in my way a bit, so I'm just gonna kill them.
Heads up. We got some flyers.
So, here I'm gonna get on this pipe, and then on this pipe, and I'm gonna come to the very top here and head all the way to the right. Or not. Wait. I can come back from this, I think. Yes, I can.
Stay on my 6.
Come on, Ratchet. No? Oh, right. Couldn't come back from it, so I have to start that all over. But don't worry, it's an easy jump. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm basically gonna come all the way over here, and we're gonna long jump on this bridge. And then we're gonna just jump off. And we're not gonna die because they didn't expect us to be able to get over this far. So even though it has collision, the death plane doesn't extend out as far as it should. And so right here, you can literally just fall through the green, and we're just falling. And we're gonna skip past the Mrs. Zircon fight and entirely skip the biggest part of Cortu, which is getting to the jetpack fuel station. Or we're not. I fell too far. Okay, well, what to do now? Only thing left to do is die, I guess. So that's what happens when you go too far. I'm gonna try to not do that now. Ratchet, thank you. But yeah, generally you land on that ledge and that's it. Literally you long jump inside, high jump, and use the trespasser and you're done. That's core 2 in the speedrun. I believe I actually needed to jump off between, yeah, the 3rd and 4th lights. That's why I didn't make it. It's not that I fell too much freely like this. It's literally, I jumped a whole light further away than I should have. Because now I'm gonna easily make it. As you can see. So I land right here, and I long jump inside right here. Nothing special. We're on a out of bounds wall, and then we use the trespasser right here.
Hey, can you take care of this lock? We're in.
And then core 2's done. Because that's basically telling us about the deplanetizer, and yeah. So we're coming up on the final section of the run. We have one Clank section. There has been multiple before this. However, I have literally skipped them all. And so we're going to have the Gadgetbot ship. Because the game just assumes that, oh, you're here, you haven't done a Clank section yet, well then you must have this. And I also put it on hard there, not because the ship will go faster, because it goes the same speed on normal. When fighting Victor Von Ion on hard, he's more likely to shoot out bombs instead of use his tractor beam. If he shoots out bombs, it's faster, but if he uses his tractor beam, it's not. So we're gonna see what happens. And he used his tractor beam. So I'm just gonna sit here and tank his missiles until he decides to let me go, and then I'm gonna destroy him. And so, he's dead. His ship's fallen, but he's not dead. He comes aboard the Starship Phoenix, and we have to run from him. Because he doesn't like Clank. Or the Galactic Rangers, for that matter, so, you know. Here, I'm doing punch jumps with Clank. The timing is a little bit different. But it's the same idea as the wrench jumps with Ratchet. It's faster. For example, normally you aren't supposed to get there yet, and I almost died. But yeah, normally you aren't supposed to be there yet. So I'm gonna use this spring Gadgetbot to clip out of bounds. And land here. Surprised I got that first try. From here, I'm gonna jump up onto the top of this level. Now normally what we're supposed to do here is we're supposed to turn the backup generators on and then fill the pumps up. Well, the trigger for all of that happening is actually right where I just landed. And so by going out of bounds and hitting the trigger, we skip all of that and can just come and hit the button in the back of the ship. And now Victor's dead. He's a pile of rust, basically. From here we have wrench jumps one more time, because Clank is currently on the Phoenix still. This is technically Deplanetizer 1, but we're going to cheat our way into Deplanetizer 2. And when I say cheat, I mean we're going past an invisible wall. So, now how we get to the Deplanetizer 2? We jump here, 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 onto this pipe, up here, onto this pipe, onto the rim of this pipe, and then we're going to come and we're going to do a strafe jump, and we're going to jump onto that, and we're going to get a bounce over a wall and onto the other side, which will then spawn a warship and some warbots. Like this. Jump over. Game thinks we're now in Deplanetizer 2, so the warship and warbots are going to spawn. And then warbots are going to spawn behind this door, so the only weapon that can hurt them is the warmonger. Once we kill them all, it's going to tell us disable the gravity stabilizer, which we shouldn't be on yet. Well, because I reloaded, now we're on disable the gravity stabilizer. Now, so there's a frame perfect trick you can do here, where you can long jump right at the moment that the platform starts moving, and you'll fall down with the platform and be able to control Ratchet and disable the gravity stabilizer. Also, here we're fighting Quark because he sided with Dr. Nefarious and Chairman Drek at the deal that they wouldn't harm his friends, but of course, they lied. But he still hates Ratchet because, you know, Ratchet's popular now, not Quark. And Quark's dead. You don't actually kill him. He realizes his mistakes and tells you to go beat Dr. Nefarious. Now here I'm going to jump off steep rails to gain more speed just to get the rail section done faster.
Ratchet, you have to stop him. If that star explodes, Umbrus will go with it. And then us.
You should have seen the look on Brick's face. I played that fool like a Novalian piano, then turned him into a sheep. Give up, Lombax. You can't win.
And yeah, Dr. Nefarious is a crazy psycho-scientist. So we're gonna stand on here and we're just gonna rhino him to about right there. That was actually a bit too much. Yeah, that was a bit too much, so now I have to wait before I have to wait till he smashes the platform before I can damage him again. And then I'm gonna come here, and what I want is that? No. Yes, that's what I wanted. And time is coming up on the final hit. And that's time.
Yo, GG on that run. GG on that. It was a 5-minute plus, but it was still a gold, so proud of you on that, boy.
You know.
Let me.
I have to reset my splits. They're screwed.
I just gotta get a tweet ready, and then we'll take over for this Red Ninja race.
Alrighty.
All right. Feel free to back out, and then we'll take over from here.
Alrighty.
Thank you for taking part, and thank you everyone for these donations so far.
No problem.